Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Gessler. I have a background in sales and customer service, and I actually chose to build a customized CRM or client relationship manager. During my time at sales, I noticed that having a CRM is extremely important for growing your business, for growing your revenue, and just building your skill set and relationships in general. Another thing I noticed is typically companies have their own proprietary CRM. And it's not really useful to anybody else outside of their company because it's customized for them, which is a good thing. But my audience for this is actually people who don't work for those big companies. They're either starting their own company, or maybe maybe they have a direct sales business, and those big CRMs just don't necessarily work for them. I know there are some other big ones out there like Salesforce, but those have a lot of information in them that may not be necessary for somebody who's just building sculptures for Etsy or running a direct sales business. So that's really who my end user is people who want a small but lightweight CRM that has a lot of information and can pack a punch. And it's mainly easy to use. So I built this in a 10-day sprint. I used JavaScript React for the front end. I used Python Django for the back. Obviously, we have HTML with a lot of CSS in here. I used MUI for a lot of graphical components and fullcalendar.io for the calendar feature. So without any further interruptions, let's go ahead and jump into it. Go ahead and log in here. And as you can see, it immediately takes me to my contacts screen. Now, these are contacts specific to my account on this. If I logged into somebody else, I would see their contacts, not mine. So we've got three here. We've got Christina, Joanna, and Andrew, and they each have their own tag, a potential partner, a client, or a potential client. We have our options here. We can add a new contact, and then each contact has their own options as well. So as you can see, we have an expand button, we have an edit button, and we have a delete button here. This tag filter will actually filter the whole list by their tags. So obviously, we only have 3 people here, but once this list gets a lot bigger, let's say one day you just want to focus on your potential clients and growing your revenue, you just hit that and you'll see everybody with the potential client tag. So you can also edit a contact like so. Let's go ahead and edit Joanna to a potential partner. Go ahead and submit these changes here. Go ahead and close that. And now you can see she's a potential partner. And we can go and actually add a new contact as well. We'll go ahead and add John Doe in here. Perfect. And let's go ahead and make him a potential partner. Create. And as you can see, he is now on the potential partner list when we filter. We can go ahead and delete him because he's not very important right now. Awesome. So obviously there's a lot more information to a person than just their name and their tag. So let's go ahead and see that right now. Expand out Christina here. We've got her phone number, we've got her Twitter account, her Instagram account, and her tag. This globe right here is actually reserved for any alternative social media accounts or any alternative handles that she's known by. You could put a GitHub here, anything that you want to just remember another way to contact them. So I left that option there for people. And you'll notice we have 3 main boxes on the front page. We have the interactions box, we have the task box, and the schedule box. So in the interactions, we are actually able to see all of the interactions that we've saved. We can filter them by date. So let's say we only want to see ones on the 12th. There's the interactions on the 12th. See the ones on the 8th, and we don't have any on the 9th. So if we click the 9th, nothing will pop up. Now to reset that, we just go ahead and hit the no filter button on the type. But you see here, we can also filter by type. So face-to-face, there it is. And as we have no video calls with her, if we put in a video, nothing will happen. Awesome, so let's go ahead and move on to tasks here. Before I do that, let me show you how to create a new interaction. You just hit this button, a little modal will pop out right here. We can create the type of interaction. Let's just say it was a text. And it was today at 10 o'clock. And it was just a how was work text. Perfect. And now we see it in that list. We can actually view that information here. But if we let's click the face-to-face, we can see that note that we entered, and this was for a different day. You can see that it's a face-to-face interaction at 5:30. We took her for a ride in the Tesla on 6/8. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and view the tasks. So this is it's like a to-do list for a person. So she doesn't have any on there right now, but as you can see, she's actually a potential partner, a business partner. So let's go and add a new task to about business ownership. Let's go and approach her about business ownership. And now we can see that task there. Currently, it's incomplete because we haven't completed it yet, but we can edit it. Let's go and add a period there for proper punctuation. And we're able to complete it by hitting that complete button. Awesome, we marked it as complete. And we can also delete it after it's completed as well. Boom, taken care of. And on the schedule, we can actually see all of the calendar events that we've scheduled for her. So let's say she has a graduation coming up or a birthday. All we need to do is hit this event button. We'll type in special event for, and let's say it's at 12 o'clock p.m. I'm not doing anything at 12 a.m. And let's make it for July 20th. Go ahead and create that event right here. There are two places where we can actually see this event. One is going to be on the contact page, and that's only going to show the contact events. So there are other events linked to my account that are for different contacts. But if we want to see all the events linked to my account, we can actually go to this calendar up here on the top left, and we can see in June, we have Joanna's birthday. And in July, we have the special event for Christina that we just put in. So let's go back to Christina's page, and we can delete that as well. And down here, we just have miscellaneous note-taking for her. So anything you want to remember about them, their favorite color, favorite soda, what they're doing for work, you can actually just enter that in by hitting this note button down here and typing in, this is a note, or whatever you'd like to create. Now, I already have that note right there, so we'll just not enter in a new one. But yeah, so this is how you keep track of all your people. So that's really it for features. I will say a couple of difficulties I had on this project was the layout initially. I was going to have a whole page for every different thing. So a whole page for interactions, tasks, schedule. It's going to have its own page with its own input box that was a static input box on that page. I decided that'd be a little too much for the user. There'd just be too many pages because I wanted to be able to see the whole contact at a glance. I think that'd make it easier for the user experience. So what I decided to do was bring it down to one page. And then also, instead of having a static form for entering in new information, I would actually just have a button that would open up a modal. So that way, there'd be less overall confusion. It'd be pretty obvious what you're entering information for, as far as, hey, is this information for task, or is this an input box for interactions? I'm not quite sure. So with that, you won't have an issue on this. You just hit that modal button. Something I'm very proud of actually was learning how to use these drop-down menus. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but using the MUI drop-down menus to filter something out was an interesting learning curve. So I'm glad I got that to work, because they look a lot better than the standard HTML ones, and they work perfectly. So something I have for phase 2, the next sprint is actually going to be able to create, update, and delete dates from the calendar specifically. I'd like to be able to click on this date and either edit or delete it. I'd like to be able to click on an empty date box and select who the date is for, and also enter in all the information. So that's something I have set up for the next sprint. But other than that, that is the customized CRM that I've built. I'm looking forward to hearing questions and feedback, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.